I feel like a child again.
She's always there for me. It's in her nature.
वो हमेशा दिखाती है मुझे bright side. She is nature और मैं हूँ her finest creation. Nature's finest by Mia.
Hey, what we have is more than just a feeling. It's what we believe in. Now that you've changed, will you be the same? 'Cause you're way ahead now. Oh, 'cause you're way ahead now. You and we, you've been the energy. You make me complete. Will you remember me? 'Cause you're way ahead now. 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 You always lit the path. You showed us the way. Forever in my heart, I think you're gonna stay. You took me up when I was down, but now you're not around. 'Cause you're way ahead now. Yeah. Memories are like movie scenes. They're evidence of where we've been. Like a warm embrace on a winter's day, they'll be our saving grace. Cause you're way ahead now. Cause you're way ahead now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a big welcome to all of you. You're with me, Big Brain, here today, Tata Crucible for Corporates 2024. Time for us to get to the Uttar Pradesh Cluster Final here today. Those then are our 6 finalists here today as we are going to pick action on the Uttar Pradesh Final. 25 questions plus 20, the value of an answer if you get it right, minus 20, of course, if you get it wrong. 25 questions in all to separate you with 2 attempts allowed on every question. So we'll quickly get started by testing your buzzers before we move into this big final of a huge state from India, Uttar Pradesh. We'll start with my extreme right, Rohan, Ritvik, Amit, Aditya, Fardeen, Ravi. All right. For now, we'll pick action on the first frontier of our game as we thank our supporters of this year's Tata Crucible, Tata Nexon, Tata Play Binge, which was our buzzer, and the scorecard here today, Mia by Tanishq and Big Basket. As we move to the first frontier of our battle, as we think, collaborate, and lead at Tata Crucible, it's time to think. Here we go. All eyes on your screen, all hands on the buzzer. Question number 1 on screen now. This is a type of an organization which gets its name from a leaf of this manner, where essentially the organization includes professional core workers, which could form one part of the leaf, freelance workers, which could form another, temporary workers, which could form a third. The term itself was invented by an Irish academic and a management philosopher, Charles Handy. Rohan's going for it.
Shamrock organizations.
Plus 20 on Shamrock Organizations. Gets its name from the shamrock leaf, and the first 20 going to Rohan. Good one. As we go to the next one. Hands on the buzzer, question on screen. Now, this is a multinational construction conglomerate. On my left is Aditya.
This is Saudi Bin Laden Group. The Bin Laden Group, which...
Bin Laden Group. They're actually a construction entity.
Yeah.
Plus 20. Plus 20. Good high quality answer. He get himself a 20 there. That's a good one. Question number 3. On your screen, here it is. The year was 1978. Positioned as a humanitarian organization at the time, it was the efforts of Cecil Jackson, John Pearson, and Samuel Daniel. They wanted to fight 3 things: isolation, poverty.
I'll say this is HelpAge.
To fight 3 things: isolation, poverty, and neglect. HelpAge as an institution was created. HelpAge India is a very popular organization. 20 again to Rohan on my right as we go to question number 4 on your screens now. Philanthropist, business magnate, politician, once aspiring president of the United States.
Ross Perot.
Plus 20. Plus 20 on Ross Perot. Absolutely right. Rohan pressing the accelerator rather early in this quiz and moving to 60 as we go to question number 5 on screen now. Which F1 team is named after this great personality? Manufacturer and F1 team. Rohan again.
McLaren.
Plus 20. Plus 20. He moves quickly to 80. As we go to question number 6 on your screens. Now, this is a platform created by a famous company. Reality Labs was originally known as a VR company. It's a business and research unit of a particular platform. They also created something in the form of gaming called Horizon Worlds. Which platform, as they position themselves now, are we talking about? Reality Labs came out of what was originally a VR company. Huge name in this world, multinational giant, from gaming to VR. Half chance, perhaps. Go ahead, Aditya.
I'm going to go for Facebook, Meta, basically.
Meta or Facebook. You know what the VR was earlier?
Oculus.
Good one. Good one. He's got that right. Gets himself another 20 is Aditya. You've got to take the half chances, especially when you're up against someone who's on 80 in very quick time. As we go to the next one on your screens, question number 7 coming up now. As of February 2024, they have over 1,550 trillion US dollars in assets. They hold an average of 1.5% of all of world's listed companies, making them the world's largest single sovereign wealth fund. Table number 3. All you got to tell me is the country.
It's Norway.
Very good. Oh, very, very good. High quality answer. Norway. is a huge investor as a country. This is actually the government pension fund, as they call it, owned by Norway. Good one for a 20. As we go to the next one on your screens now. The subject of
Samuel Bankman-Fried or an FTX?
absolutely perfect, plus 20. He's got it absolutely right. The cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which collapsed. Question number 9 on your screen now. The name of this company comes from a river in southwestern Spain. Hugh Matheson on your screen is the founder. It's a big group in this world. River, yes?
Rio Tinto.
Clever, plus 20. Rio Tinto is absolutely right. The geography way of answering that question is how many rivers from Spain would you know? River Tinto would be an easy answer as we go to the final one on screen now. This was a term that was coined to describe a group of United States Army Force veterans or Army Air Force veterans during World War II who went on to become Ford Motor Company executives in 1946. They were called the Dash Kids.
Sorry, what? Dash?
The Dash Kids, Kids.
Sunny, Sonny, Sunny Kids, from which later...
Minus 20 to him. Minus 20. Anybody else on the buzzer? Nobody? Yes, ma'am. Is absolutely correct. Whiz Kids is absolutely right. The term has actually become very popular in the modern world to describe sharp young kids, and many attribute this as the origin, though it's not necessarily the origin of Whiz Kids, but that's how Whiz Kids came in, because they would whiz around in their Air Force planes and they joined Ford after that. We'll take a first look at the Tata Play binge board. Certainly binging on that buzzer is Rohan. He's on 100. Aditya on 40. Amit on 20. For a first round, if you remove Rohan from that picture, it's a very good score. As we go to the next frontier of this game, it's time to collaborate. Here it is. Starting with the first one, hands on the buzzer, question on your screen now. This will lead you to a very important destination in New York. The year August 1981. A famous press conference was held where IBM announced the entry into personal computers. In the picture is President Herbert Hoover, whose residence was the location of the announcement of the personal computer. In October 2014, this Chinese insurance group bought this New York entity from the Hilton Group, making it the most expensive hotel ever to have been sold at that time. It was roughly close to about, I think, $2 billion US. Which hotel from New York connects you to all of this? Historic hotel. There's a lot of world history that has happened there. In fact, if I'm not wrong, Herbert Hoover stayed there for some 25, 30 years. It was his residence for that long a period of time. Nobody on stage wanting to take that risk. I'm just looking for a few new hands. Anurag? Astoria, give that to you. The Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Aditya, not going for the buzzer. He's saying, oh my God, how did I miss on something like that? As we go to the next one, overall answers, what matters, collaborations. Here we go. Rohan's going for it.
I'd say Richard Branson.
Richard Branson. Explain that.
I think he's come up with this, I think, philanthropic or other thinkers coming together for the B team. Earth Challenge, I think, was part of his initiatives to, for space travel and exploration, etc.
Absolutely no nonsense. Plus 20 again. That's a good one, taking him to 120. As we go to the next one on your screen now. This will lead you to a management thinker of Indian origin. He's gone for it again.
C.K. Prahlad.
What do you make of it?
He was associated with Union Carbide. I think he's done work with the CIA, and I think there are awards also named after. Don't know the connect with Lal Bahadur Shastri.
When India turned 60, he presented a document to the Indian government where he spoke of concept of India at 75, which is what India actually celebrated. It was a paper that was presented by C.K. Prahlad, and that is what led in many ways to India taking up India at 75 very, very seriously. Union Carbide was, of course, where he worked. He was the first ever recipient of the Lal Bahadur Shastri Award. Huge award. Delhi would know the awards. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer, now. Frescata is a registered trademark of these restaurants or brands. They're actually used to refer to now discounted line of cold sandwiches. Of late, I think they've even withdrawn the brand, but they used to have a discounted pricing between fresh sandwiches and cold sandwiches. Clara Peller started, he's gone for it.
Wendy's.
Is absolutely right. Well, the disappointment on the right answer is because he should have got it earlier, is probably what he's telling himself. That's a good quizzer who's unhappy that he had to wait for Clara before he could hit the buzzer. Here's the next one coming. I think it's going to become a battle for the second place the way Rohan's playing. On to the next one on your screens now. In the backdrop is the Roosevelt Hotel. May of 1929, it was a private function. He's gone for it again.
These are the Oscar awards. The first Oscar ceremony was held at Roosevelt, and I think that may be Margaret Herrick who actually came up with the idea with the name Oscar for the awards.
Absolutely perfect. He'll get himself another 20. Nothing going wrong, dominating the Uttar Pradesh final. As we go to the next one on your screen, question number 6 coming up now.
LeBron James.
I think you can yourself say right answer, 20 points. Plus 20. Plus 20. He is in sublime form here today. As we go to the next one, question on your screen now. This is a company founded in 2009. It's named after a word or a phrase which comes from the Maori language, which means to fly.
This is Hoka, H-O-K-A, the shoe company, Hoka 11.
Plus 20 again. He's got that absolutely right. Very well played. In fact, the Hoka shoes have of late become extremely popular because US President Joe Biden has been using them, and he's got a history of stumbling at various places. So that's how it's been popular, because it's got wider soles, and because of the wider sole, you don't necessarily stumble. Question 8 on your screen in this frontier now. Sorry. Here we go. It's a bank.
This is the Swedish bank, the Swedish bank which actually awards the Nobel Prizes.
Plus 20 yet again. Absolutely right. The Riksbank or the Sveriges Bank, It's the Central Bank of Sweden. As we go to the next one, question on your screen now. This is located at Cisco in Texas. In 1916, Henry Mobley opened this place. In 1919, it was purchased for $40,000, the first ever hotel to be purchased by a particular person. He went on to build a huge chain of hotels world over. What journey started with this simple purchase? One of the world's largest chains in the hospitality business.
What name did you say?
The name of the person?
No, Henry what?
Mobley. Mobley. Henry Mobley was the original owner of this. In 1919, it was bought for $40,000, the first to be purchased by this personality. His name is the name of the hotel chain. He's gone for it as Aditya.
Is it the Conrad Hilton, sir?
Well played. Well played. Conrad Hilton, Hilton Hotels. Aditya is getting another 20 to get clear of the others because he would want to be in a safe position, especially if he's battling for that second place. The final one, before we go to the final round, on your screen now. This is a food which is better known as a spread.
Marmite.
Would you know the name of the scientist? I'm just testing.
Don't remember it.
All right. Justus Liebig is the scientist who actually is a German scientist who actually created the idea of Marmite. Plus 20 to Rohan again. We'll take a look at the scores. Well, Aditya on 60 with one round to go would have been leading in many other cluster finals. On 260, I don't know if it's already a national record score. It is 180 or something was the previous guy. So 260 is phenomenally high, but that's typically how he plays. He knows it, he'll go for it. He comes super prepared for these quizzes. Rohan from Barclays undoubtedly into the nation's top 12 yet again. But we'll see what happens in the last round because Amit can ruffle Aditya if he chooses to give one or two a go. As we move into the final frontier, it's time to lead.
This picnic was a great idea.
थैंक यू
Candlelight dinner of sandwiches.
पर ब्रेड बटर तो लिए नहीं आज सेल डे नहीं है ना
What? ब्रेड बटर खरीदने के लिए forget that Thursday sale. Big basket है, हर दिन सस्ता. Big savings, big basket.
Dumbest idea ever.
गुड मॉर्निंग बच्चों, आज हम पढ़ेंगे कि 4 गुणा 4 16 नहीं 149 होते हैं। कैसे सर? अरे बताता हूँ। सबसे पहले तो टाटा प्ले बिंज ऐप डाउनलोड करो। ओके सर। यहाँ मिलेंगे 29 OTT ऐप्स, उनमें से डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार और Z5 जैसे अपनी पसंद के कोई भी 4 ऐप सिलेक्ट करो। बढ़िया सर। और इन चारों ऐप्स का सारा कंटेंट देखो एक ही बिंज ऐप पर। वाव सर। और चाहो तो 4 अलग अलग स्क्रीन पर भी देख लो। और ये सब मिलेगा सिर्फ 149 रुपीज पर मंथ में। तो हो गए ना 4 गुणा 4 149। 4 गुणा 4 149। टाटा प्ले बिंज सब्सक्राइब नाउ।
I read out the questions, you hit the buzzer and you stop me if you think you know the answer. In doing so, you run the risk that I can continue reading the question for the other 5 if you get it wrong. Starting with the first one. It's a term that was coined in 1977 by The Economist. The term refers to an apparent casual behavior or a relationship that can occur as behavioral output when there is an increase in economic development of a particular sector, let's say finding new natural resources, and a decline of other sectors, say for example, manufacturing.
Dutch disease.
The Dutch disease. Would you know why that happened?
I think in Holland, some natural resource, I think oil or something was found, and as a result, there was over exploitation and ultimately growth started declining.
In Groningen, they actually found a new large natural gas field in 1959, and Netherlands stopped taking interest in the manufacturing sector where they were so good because they said, we've now got natural gas, and therefore it's called the Dutch disease, where companies can become complacent. Beautiful answer. Plus 20. Will he become the first Indian this year to cross 300 at a Tata Crucible? Well, that's like huge. As we go to the next one, question number 2. It's a term that was coined by New York environmentalist J. Westerfeld.
Greenwashing.
Plus 20. Plus 20. Question number 3. The year was 1893. Carlos, Capel and Leonard gave the world a description of something which went on to redefine the automobile business years later. It wasn't initially thought to be a solution for automobiles. Go ahead.
I think petroleum or petrol, which was actually used in internal combustion engines.
Plus 20. Plus 20 on petrol. Absolutely right. 2 questions to go. This is like a Dutch disease. You reach a certain stage in the quiz, and Aditya is so happy when Rohan is scoring. The first couple of rounds, Aditya was very worried. Now he sees Rohan scoring, he's like, jitna karna hai kar le, baki ko mat chhod. It's that view. All right, here we go. Question number 4. And he's done his job. I mean, he's got 3 good answers, but 2 more critical questions. Here we go. This bacteria is called Clostridium. It produces
Botox. Clostridium botulinum. So Botox.
Plus 20. Final question. Here we go. Maybe the buzzer knows who'll buzz. Final question. Klaus Woody Gutsiet.
German bakery.
The German bakery in Pune. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tata Crucible has been around for 20 years. No Indian has won more Tata Crucible regional titles than the person you just saw in front of you. He's won 18 out of 20 titles in this region. That's how prolific he's been as a quizzer. Well, arguably, we've always referred to him as the Roger Federer at Tata Crucible when he plays in the northern terrain. He somehow needs to get himself more national titles. He knows that only too well. But he seems to be in remarkable form, not because of the answers, but at the speed at which those answers are coming. And people like me who do this year on year, we look at those small little factors which make a very big difference. Preparedness is directly proportional to reaction time. And you don't get to see these things on a scorecard, but you only get to see it when you host a show. Superb, outstanding. Every other national finalist, including the current defending champion who's into the semi-final, is going to prepare more number of hours starting today because they'll know how much Rohan has scored in the northern terrain. From Uttar Pradesh into the nation's top 12, he's arguably got a lot of frequent flyer miles just by traveling to Mumbai the last 18 years for a Tata Crucible final. But it's always a pleasure to find someone over a period of 2 decades to have this burning desire and passion. A very senior member of the corporate that he's part of, and they're not just contestants, but they're actually lessons for youngsters here, that your seniority or your growth in corporate life need not stop you from being in touch with what's happening outside. We always hide behind our workloads. We say, yaar, time kahan milta hai? That is only an excuse, and these champions are an example of how you find the time to still be as sharp as you can when you just come out of campus. But taking nothing away from Aditya, 60 looks a fraction of 360, but he only knows 60 is a very good score as well, especially in the kind of terrain he got into. It was troublesome terrain. But ladies and gentlemen, into the nation's top 12. We've seen two champions today playing out extremely well, and both of them dominating their respective rounds. So Delhi and UP throwing out results in very dominating manners. Kunal blazing through from Delhi, Rohan Khanna blazing through from Uttar Pradesh.